Our next teller is Sonia Chiappe. She's a history master's student at Cal State Fullerton. She is going to be telling the story of Elly Rubin. Now, unfortunately, Elly was not able to be here, so we will be watching Elly's response and the little ceremony that you just saw on video after we see Sonia or hear Sonia's story. Sonia?
How do you hide a child? How do you hide a Jewish child? You find a family that looks like them. It was April 18th, 1943, the day after my 4th birthday, when I was put on the back of a bicycle, given a small suitcase, and sent to Bamberg, Holland. It was calm for a while. It was peaceful for a while. But that all changed when we were told that it was too conspicuous for me to be there. I had no idea what that meant. They sent me to Utrecht, Holland, a nice little farming community. Is very lovely there. I had brown hair and brown eyes. They had light hair and light eyes. Didn't know what it meant for it to be conspicuous having me there in Bamberg. Didn't know what it meant. So I went to Utrecht, and it was nice. There were 6 other children. It was so much fun playing with them. If we wanted toys, we would make them. I never knew hunger. But it was also a little odd. Apparently, there were 2 occasions when the Nazis went looking for a child, a Jewish child. I had no idea what that meant. I had no idea who that child was. I didn't even know what a Jew was. I was that child. I was that Jewish child, but of course I didn't understand or know that at the time. How could I? I was raised Christian with the family. Some time had passed, and Mother told me to follow her into the big farmhouse. That was really weird, I thought. We only are ever in that room on Easter for other special occasions. She turned to me and said, "There's a couple people here to meet, for you to meet." She opened the door, and in walked a man about the same age as her and the little girl. It was so bizarre. It was like looking in the mirror, although the image looking back at me was older than me. The little girl said, she asked, "Is that my sister?" I have a sister? I had no idea I had a sister. What? Since when did I have a sister? The man turned to the little girl and said, "Yes, Leah, that is your sister, Elly." By the end of the day, we were inseparable. You couldn't even keep us apart in separate rooms without us worrying that we would be separated again, that we would be torn apart. Some more time had passed, and soon it was spring of 1945. Leah and I were again approached by Mother. She told us that we had to go to the big farmhouse again, which, again, I thought was bizarre because it wasn't Easter or Good Friday. Wait, I'm so sorry, my dear children, my dear girls. I have no idea how to tell you this, but your parents, they're with the angels now, I took a step back and was just so confused. What? Who had I been living with? Who was I living with? Because I had never known hunger or loneliness or felt different from anyone. Like, I didn't know who these people were. My world changed. And then it wasn't until years later when I had realized that I was in hiding, that there had been a war that had torn me and my family apart, where my birth parents had made the uncomfortable decision to send me and Leah to live far from them with the hopes that we would survive. 6 months had passed, and Uncle Lex came back to the farm. He took us to Denmark with him. It was lovely. It was so beautiful. It was so refreshing. Very different. We were there for a while, and then we went back to Holland, to Amsterdam. Chaos was in the air. Fear was in the air. World War III approach is near, which is what the headlines read. The Hungarian uprising of 1956 had broken out, and we had no choice but to move to America, to California, to Los Angeles. We arrived. It was an adventure. We were older. We had a bit better sense of self. And I have Hashem to thank for that. The angels that warded those devil Nazis warded them off and prevented them from capturing me and tearing me apart from my family. I became a banker. Leah became a banker. I got married. She got married. We had kids, grandchildren, became widows. In 1968, the man of the house, my father, Jan Vanderlee, passed away. Miss him dearly. And then in 2006, our beloved mother, adoptive mother, Cornelia Vanderlee, also passed away. And it was those two righteous people who I owe my life, and I'm so incredibly grateful for them and for them to be part of my family's years after the war. A few years ago, Leah decided to share her story, and it was through her resilience and care that I decided that it was time for me to share my story and to honor Cornelia and Jan Vanderlee and all the other righteous people who looked the Nazis in the eyes and said, "We will take those children in and protect them." Thank you.
Beautiful. A beautiful job. Wow, that was quite something amazing. You captured the story.
Sonia,
Yes.
this is okay. I'm sorry. I need to show this to you. This is to signify you are now an official Teach the Show or LeSaper storyteller. May you go out and tell your story for many years to come.
I promise to keep your memory and to tell your story.
Oh, beautiful. You did a beautiful job. You really did.